Are you defined by fear, or is it a stepping stone to find your purpose? Every day is a new opportunity. Young and old, the chains of age are broken, impossibilities are shattered, and dreams are born. Heartache is felt, but only temporary. Who will change the minds of the future? And is that person? Is it you? What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking. What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking. We're here with some level guests as your host, as always, C. Holmes. Will bring it to you, give you live, motivate it, and help you take it and get elevated to the next level. But we're going to go ahead and do it as we got these great authors at hand to go ahead and tell the spill of the great book and get you jumping for joy and help you get elevated. Or in the words of Chip Baker, go get it. But let's go ahead. He said, go get it. But I'm gonna let you, Chip, go ahead and get the honors. Then we're gonna go around the circle of the authors, of course, and so they can know a little bit about them and then what they have to contribute to the book. So, Chip, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, first, Chris, again, man, thank you so much for having us on your platform. We truly appreciate it. We're just promoting our newest book, The Path for Coaches, Self-Awareness, and I'm Coach Chip Baker, fourth generation educator. Man, we got some hand clap. Fourth generation educator, teacher, former coach. Man, it's been a great journey. Speaker, author, still in education, striving to be of service and give back. And again, just grateful for you to have us on. I'll throw it over to Coach Scott.
Well, hello, my name is Dina Scott. I've been an educator and athletic administrator for over 23 years. And just recently I have taken over the role as director of the Future Coaches of Texas program here at Texas A&M University through the Thornton McFerrin Coaching Academy. And I am just blown away by being allowed to be on this podcast today and working with Chip and Ariana and all the other authors of this book. And I look forward to sharing a little bit about it today, but I hope that you all find some value in it when it comes out.
All right, next one. Go ahead.
Hi, and I'm Ariana Bermea Mendoza. I am from Laredo, Texas. I'm in my 14th year of education. I have taught at the middle school level, and I am now at the high school level. I've been a head volleyball coach for 12 years, and I'm also really excited to be on this podcast and looking forward to the book coming out pretty soon. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then I believe we have Randy. I know you just got in. I'll go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
You weren't lying when you said there was a little surprise here.
There he is.
Yeah, so this is a little twist here, and I'll jump in and share this. All right, so they're brother and sister, Chris. And Randy was in volume 2. Right, and now Ari's in volume 3, and so this is a surprise. She didn't know he was going to be on, so I reached out to him, try to get him on. So we're doing intros here. Randy, tell it. Chris is having us do intros of who we are. If you don't mind, just share about who you are, and then we'll continue to go on.
Wait, check your mic, brother. Randy. Check your mic, Randy. It's all good. Can't hear you. Check your audio settings. You're good though. All right, as Randy goes ahead and gets set, we're gonna come back to you so you have time. Who did you want to go ahead and start to tell how they contributed to the book and their piece?
Yeah, let's go with Coach Ari.
Coach Ari, all right.
So I thought this was a really unique opportunity. Like Coach Chip said, Randy was part of volume 2, and just talking to him a little bit about his experience and being able to, jump on that opportunity. It was a really neat situation for him. And, I've kind of seen, I've known about Chip for a while. I'm a member of the Texas High School Coaches Association. I know he's very involved there. And so when I was asked if I'd be interested in an opportunity to write on a book on self-awareness, I jumped on the idea right away, and I just thought it was a unique situation because the time was after our volleyball season. And so I think it's a really good time to self-reflect. I really take some time to kind of step away and slow down a bit. And I just thought this topic was perfect for my journey as a coach and a mom of 3. And I felt
Okay.
that it was just a great opportunity to contribute to some, to anybody out there. I think that's the main thing, is just contribution. A lot of what I do and what I believe in has been from coaches and great mentors that I've had, that have poured into me. And I just wanted to be able to do the same and share my experience with others as well.
Gotcha. Now, like, as you have said all that, like, kind of give us a hint, like one thing in particular, like what your part and piece has been contributed, like, so they can kind of idea, like, okay, that's what her little our section or pages is about. Now we can get a sense, not the whole thing is like a
Yeah.
cool preview.
So I was 24 years old when I first became a head coach. I had 2 years of middle school coaching experience, and I jumped right into it. And at the time, I had an idea of what it would entail, jumping from the junior high to head coaching position. I've had guidance from several coaches. Like I said, my dad was a coach for many, many years. So I knew what it was about, but I didn't really understand it until I was in that position. So being a young head coach and having an idea of coaching, but not everything else that goes with it. And I think I share my experience as the idea. For me, it was, I just want to coach volleyball, and then that was my idea of coaching. I'm gonna step in and coach X's and O's, and we're good. But as I've continued through this coaching journey, I've really enjoyed a huge aspect of coaching, that the building connections piece that I really didn't think about initially as a young coach. And looking back, sometimes we always think, man, I could have done things differently, or man, maybe I would have taken a different approach in this situation. And sometimes I want to go back and make those, like, I wish I can change things, but then I feel that had I not gone through some of those situations, maybe I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And so again, just kind of that trying to build those connections with my athletes. To me, it wasn't something that was on the top of my priority list. My idea was, I got to go win games. And so jumping into a gym, obviously I cared about these kids, and they were great, and all that, but I feel like I could have given more as a coach. And so I wanted to just share some insight and into maybe a young coach or someone that's just kind of starting out into that role, and provide some feedback and maybe just some ideas as to how they can, jump into it in a better place than I did.
Awesome. I love that contribution as well. And as you said, like a mother of 3, but I want to kind of, like, before we move on to the next author, you say you had to take time to yourself. I think there's a lot of importance into that. Like, so many people, especially coaches and people with a great influence, always just going on the go, and you got to take time to, like, okay, let me breathe real quick, because if you're out of gas and don't have the energy, you're not able to bring that to other people. So just give a little bit of that before we move on.
Okay. So I have 3 daughters, and they're all very close in age. I have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And, it's being able to try to manage and balance the role of mom, the role of coach, the role of wife and sister, and all that kind of stuff. That's been a challenging piece for me. And I will credit, a lot of, there's people out there that I feel that have poured into a lot of support for female coaches. You know, obviously I have a very strong support system. My family is amazing, and you know, just now actually my dad's helping me out with my kids. You know, so that's just, I've been very fortunate and blessed to have family that have always supported my goals, my career. And but it is tough, you know, and also talk about that in this chapter, and just being able to kind of self-reflect a lot, and being able to go home and kind of, you know, it's a different role at home. And I don't like to take work home, but it's hard, you know, and it's hard to, when you're at work and you think about your kids or things that are going on with family, it's hard to make those, you know, to separate. But I have a lot of great friends also, and just trying to find that balance, I think, has been pretty fun. I think I've gotten better as I go along. But my kids are resilient. I'm going to brag about them a little bit. You know, they love being a coach's kid, and that's how I grew up. I have a lot of fond memories of being a coach's kid, and so how I handle things, they're old enough now to see it, understand it, and so I have to constantly remind myself, like, how am I modeling behavior in this situation? How am I responding, you know, or reacting to situations? They know what's going on. They understand it. And so I want them to be better, you know, human beings than I was. So I have to be able to make sure that I'm modeling that behavior and dealing with situations, because as head coaches, we know that we deal with situations, not just at school. You know, you go home and things happen, and you got to take care of business at home, and just being able to manage it, but also want them to know, especially as females, like, hey, you can do it. You can do it. You just got to have a strong support system. You got to be very driven and very disciplined. So
most definitely, I love all that, especially with the family support. All like we all need a helping hand to get things done. So very well said. Now, Randy, he's back. He has his mic on. We can hear you. Got some feedback.
I'm
Go ahead
good.
and get the intro. Go ahead.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. So my name's Randy Bermea. Like I said, that's my big sister right there. And I want to make today about her, and just people that know us know that we're very close. And she has really just set the bar higher than anyone that I could possibly know. And she did that as an athlete when I was in high school, looking up, or when I was in middle school, looking up to her. And she continues to do that in the coaching profession. So that's always fun, because I know I'll never officially get there, but getting close enough will do the job. And just proud of her for taking this leap of faith, and contributing to Coach Baker's book, and everything you guys are doing for other coaches that are out there. And I know I've talked to several female coaches who ask questions about her and her family. Like, how is she able to do it? How is she doing all the stuff with THSEA, and how does she find time to write a chapter of book and be a present mom and be a head coach, which is actually Region 7 Coach of the Year, right? Is that what it was? Something like that, Adi? Is that what it was? Something like that? Yeah, and it takes a lot, but she's I wouldn't rather have anyone to look up to and get to call whenever I'm going through my own coaching world. So thanks for that.
Awesome, and very well said, Randy. I think we're going to go on next to Dina, I believe, right? I pronounced it right. I want to make sure.
That's correct. Well, thank you again, Chris, for having us on here. And all of our chapters, even though none of us really scripted before this, kind of seem to play off of one another. And Coach Ariana, you know, her time in her life right now as a coach. I was there once many years ago when I started, and so my chapter is more of the administrative side, but also to help help coaches, because again, when I was a coach, I wish I would have had these tools in my toolbox that I didn't have, and not make the mistakes that I did when I look back. And so, you know, we're both on the same page there. We want to help others because we were helped. And so mine is more of like, what is a win? And it goes beyond the scoreboard. It's not necessarily the win on the score, but it's getting better every day. It's those incremental things, those growths through, you know, an injury, growth through, you know, having a setback, growth through the failure. I mean, the failure is, you know, we are not defined by the failure, but how we respond to the failure. And so again, I could give you so many stories of, in high school and in college and then in life, but life lessons are learned on the court, on the field, in the pool, wherever our athletes are. And as coaches, as an athletic administrator, I wanted to provide those tools to our coaches so that they can help our students, because that's our future, and they're going to have life beyond ball. And what are they going to do with those obstacles that they come in contact with?
Okay, so I gotta have a follow-up question with that. Like, give me something particular of like a life lesson that is learned on the field, on the court, and things like that. Because we as athletes, we know what we're talking about, but I want you to have like this ability, like do a slam dunk on like how this actually goes not only on the court or the playing field, but also in life lessons as well.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we see it every day in our athletes. They're not defined by their wins or losses, but one particular athlete I bring to mind is Amy Moyer. She had what I would call a season-ending injury prior to her senior year. She went through rehab, went through a lot of things to get back to participate on her senior year. And she came back and was going through pain, but played through every match and carried us through, became an all-state player, took us to the playoffs. We were very close to going to the state. It was things like that kept her going. And then when she went on to play in college, again, she ended up playing at McNeese and a successful career. But then she's also come back to Fort Bend, where I used to teach and coach her. And now she's a PE teacher and she's coaching and teaching younger students. And that's just the full circle moment. She didn't give up. She wanted to play for her community. And that's what another thing is so great about education-based athletics and community-based athletics in public school. It's such important for those kids to put on that high school uniform, put on that middle school uniform, and just get out there and represent their communities and their village, and it's an amazing time.
Absolutely, and all that, and especially the determination to not allow injury to be like a determinant factor or what basically sets who you are. She actually sounds like used as motivation to drive her in, saying like, this is not going to stop me. If anything, I'm going to show as this is inspiration that you can push through pain or whatever obstacles you have, and took the team to, of course, their good playoff run, and then also great contribution to the community. And these are the things that we need to hear to inspire others, and that's how we grow as a community. So I definitely love everything that you said and all that, and that all helps us become better as a person. So again, definitely well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think we're now up to Randy. So how about for you and your contribution?
So this one, I didn't participate in this book. It was more just, I felt like just trying to be as encouraging as I can for my sister, because of what it did for me. Like Adi talked about it earlier, after the season, you have time to reflect. And I think that's important as coaches and educators, because not every season is going to go smoothly. Every year is a completely different year, no matter how many kids are coming back. And you face different trials and tribulations throughout the season. It's injuries. It's the flu season this year that was really bad and knocking kids out, right? It's maybe a schedule change, or maybe you have to work with a freshman campus, or a new bell schedule for the school, so your athletic period is messed up. Whatever it is, every year is going to be different. And that's just offering her encouragement through all the different things that come in life.
I got a great question for you now.
Yeah.
The importance of being a great friend, family member, teammate for the success as a family, team, or whatever kind of group you're in. How important that is for a person or group success?
So that's an awesome question. I love it, because I can talk forever about this, but I'm not going to. And my sister knows whenever I get fired up, I just keep on going. Okay.
Yeah, we had a good time with Chris last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But I think it's more important about who you are as a person, because no success is individual, and it takes a team. It takes having the right people in your corner, and it has this, because they're in your corner doesn't mean they also necessarily think the same as you. Because I know my sister and I have very different thought processes based on our experiences, right?
Right.
We're now 7 hours away, so I'm in the DFW now, and it's a very different culture, community, system. The ecosystem is totally different here than where my sister's at, right?
Right.
And I might be able to offer, a sentence or a different thought process or a different way to approach it, right? And just because it's different to what maybe she's used to or what she's doing doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but she's someone that I know is going to tell me the truth, whether I want to hear it or whether I need to hear it or not, right? So
Right.
being able to be that for somebody else is is important, and it helps, especially in our family. Like my sister said, like my dad just retired, 40 years of coaching. My mom has been teaching for 30 years already, and so education is in our family blood, and we know how to do it, and we all have a different lens to view each situation through. So that is what I love about our family dynamic. And then it ends up like I don't really have that many friends outside of my family because all my family is into coaching. So like I know these people are going to tell me the truth, whether I want to hear it or not, whether it's a new opportunity
Hey.
that's coming up, right? Whether it's an opportunity to help contribute to a book and I don't know where to start because I've never done it before, right? But it's just having those people that are like, hey, you can do it. Go ahead, right? It's like
Right.
Jordan Peterson said, like, let people do dangerous things carefully. Like it's scary and it's unfamiliar and it's uncharted, but keep on going. You got it. You got enough people behind you to help you get to where you're trying to go.
Absolutely. All right, now we
Very good, Randy.
cherish it all in.
You're not
cherish it all
wrong.
in.
It was really good. Good job.
Mhm. All right, now we here to Chip Baker.
Uh-oh.
You have the floor.
Man, I just think this is amazing. I think the first thing is just seeing the team dynamic, right? The
Mhm.
team slash family dynamic. Randy said it. No success is achieved alone. It takes a team. It takes a village. It takes a family, and that's what
Mhm.
this is all about. Us taking our experiences and using those in hopes to be a blessing to others to help them with their path, right? And so, um, all of us know that, and it's been a whole lot of people out there that's helped us along our paths, you know. And so our goal is to just strive to give that to others now and just share those experiences. And with this volume, with self awareness, the more we can look within, evaluate ourselves, look at those successes for sure, because everyone that's involved have been highly successful and is doing some amazing things, but also looking
Right.
at the failures and see how we've grown from those failures and what we learned once we got on the other side of those failures, because I believe our maximum growth is on the other side of our toughest challenges,
This guy
right?
was
And so
good.
we all have had to grow through some tough challenges to get where we are. I mean, you hear the dynamic, like Coach Scott, how many years she's been in it, and her approaches and perspective, and Coach Ari and her talking about with the kids and the family dynamic and all of those things, and then Randy coming in, and I mean it's the same thing. And so, man, it takes a team, it takes a family to help us all be successful, and that's what we're striving to do. We just want to put something out there with the Path for Coaches, Volume 3, Self Awareness, to help coaches along their path to move more efficiently and effectively.
Right. Right. I thought I heard something in the
This
background. It
guy was
was like,
good. This guy was good.
Let's
oh yeah,
go.
this guy is good. So I have a
Yep.
follow up question. You want to expect? You want
Yep.
to expect that?
Over here
Oh
taking notes,
man.
man.
So like one particular thing I have to follow with is like you you have to restate what you said, but basically, paraphrasing is like how you find the growth of what you're basically really made of through challenges. Like, can you bring back what you back said again? Because I think that was a really good point that we all need to remember is your challenges actually define in your growth and much more. But you have it better, well said. Go ahead.
Yeah, just just in anything we do, we grow the most from our failures, right? I mean, you think about, you look at athletics, right? Like weight training, right? Like power clean, squat. Ooh, those are tough, right?
I feel like
I
a full
mean,
body
I
exercise.
mean, like hard, right?
Mhm.
But once you do those and you get through your reps and all, and you work out with those, and you're a lot better, than if you just went over and did some auxiliary lifts, right? And so, like your challenges and everything in life is the same way, right? Those toughest challenges, like they really mold you into what you are. You know, some of us like have learned a lot tough, right?
Even though
Oh
we don't want
man,
to, it's like, yeah, they help us grow.
right. And but you get to a space in your life where like you know that those challenges are going to help you be better. And so now your mind, it's a mindset shift because now I'm like, hey, come on, challenge. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. Let's
Like,
go. Like I'm
come
looking
with
for,
it.
yeah, I'm looking for
I'm
opportunities to fail. Like, what do we fail on today? Like, I'm looking for those challenges because I know, man, it's gonna make me better.
You gonna
And
have me try to
and
pull
it
up the clip.
excites me, yeah, and pushes me to seek out. Like, there is no fear of like, oh, I don't know. Nah, bro, let's go. Like, I'm gonna make some mistakes. I'm gonna fail. That's why you got coaches. That's why you got family. Like, man, let's go get it. And that's the, again, going back to the team and family dynamic. And I loved how Randy said, like, I know they're gonna tell me, like, regardless if I want to hear it, like
We all
all
been
of
there.
those things. Yeah, when you have people in your life, coaches that love you, they are not gonna let you fail. And that's our goal for this book. Like, man, we do not want coaches to fail, right? Like we want to help you with your path. And that's what it's all about.
Now, since you're talking about failure, I gotta pull up this clip. You probably already know where I'm going with this without me saying it, but the one and only. I gotta go ahead and play it.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
It's moments like and quotes like that go on for a lifetime. 26 time has been trusted with the game-winning shot and missed. But that's why I succeed. You gotta try and try again. Never give up.
Yep.
Shit, man.
Going just to touch on what Chip was saying. I mean, y'all have the experiences too, but like I know the most I've learned is when I've messed up something royally, right? When I have completely gone out the way and try to do my own thing because I'm smarter than everybody, right? Especially at 22 or 23 years old, right?
Because we know it all, right?
Because we know everything,
We
right?
have it figured out.
Like you can't
But-
tell me anything. I got it.
Right. Sometimes it's you learn the hard way. And I know as a parent, and I know because I have a conversation with my dad, like they're watching us and like, it's probably not the best thing to do, but the only way you're going to learn is if you fail. And I love you enough to let you fail a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there. A little bit of failure here is okay. Because just don't make that mistake again. Right. So failure is accepted as long as you're still, you use it as an opportunity to refocus or learn and grow. Then you're good. You fail the whole time, you're on your way to where you're supposed to go.
Yeah, just to add on that. So there have been times where, I'll call Randy and talk to him about a situation. Hey, this happened. What do you think? And, he'll give his feedback and I'm like, it sounds just like maybe a challenging situation that I'm going through or that I may go through. And sometimes his response is like, good. And I'm like, what do you mean good?
Right. Good.
And it's like, at first they would kind of like, why are you telling me? Why is it it's good? But bigger picture, those are the moments where you grow the most. And it's like we keep saying it, but it's so true, and so, at first I was like, Ran, that's not good. Like, I don't want to be dealing with this right now. He's like, no, but it's good, and so now I'm like, okay, I'm dealing with a situation. Like, all right, let's go. Like, let's deal with it because it's inevitable. We're going to be faced with some challenges and obstacles and being self-aware of our strengths and things that we know we can contribute to and help the situation. I think that's important. So it's helped. It's helped me.
That's Jocko Willnick right there. Jocko Willnick. Good. We didn't get what you wanted. Good. Opportunity to get better. Let's go.
Yes, go get
and
it.
sometimes go get it. I'll jump in there too. Like sometimes, in most cases, our intentions are not to fail, right? just as I heard her talk about that, I was thinking about, like, I'm in a situation right now where, like, I have good, pure-hearted intentions on some things. Like, I'm striving to help, to be of service, but maybe it just don't go the way you plan. Maybe what you're offering is not what somebody's wanting or needing, right?
Right.
But what we have to understand is, like, that can't stop your passion. Do you have good intentions? Is it come from a pure-hearted place? Are you striving to make things better? Sometimes we have to have that self-awareness and really reflect on our morals and our principles by which we live by, and know that, man, yeah, I was striving to do the right thing.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't try to take advantage of anybody. Yeah, I was respectful. Yeah, I worked hard. Yeah, I was present. But sometimes it just don't work. It's just a situation. And we have to have self-awareness to know that, like, that may just not be the situation for me. Right. And so that's the self-awareness piece too. Like, sometimes it happens where, like, it just happens, and so just, like, we have to be able to see the big picture and understand that, hey, this is making me better too, because then it gives me a heightened sense of awareness. Okay, could my approach have been different? Right? Could I have asked in a different manner? Like, so now you can reflect and see, and then the next time, because you're gonna go through those things again. Right now, I'm better because I have the self-awareness, because I've grown through that.
And that's such a tough cookie, because, like, you have to pretty much accept it, but also learn from it. And you got to think about it as, like, okay, well, maybe I was meant to learn something first before I get further, or maybe things turned out like this for a reason, because something else, like this door closed, but another opportunity is opening. But if I would have followed this way, I wouldn't have got this bigger opportunity that was going to set before me. It's just believing everything is going to be okay, and then continuing to learn from it, grow from it, and try your best at every opportunity. And that's what it really
That's
comes down
faith
to.
right there, man. That's faith.
Yep, the unseen, but hey, it brings you a very long way past the mountains and possible. Now, okay, as we come to things, I think what probably good is, like, leave the audience with one thing that you want them to remember from your piece, and then go ahead and give your social media handle, and we can probably go like the same rotation like last time in with Chip. So how does that sound?
Let's do it.
All right. I think Ariana, you're the first one.
I mean, I just think that everyone has a different journey, and you don't have to just be a coach or a teacher to enjoy, or learn from this book. I think this can apply to all careers and everybody in all aspects of life. But I think that, you just have to be willing to take a little leap of faith, and take a step back, and just, take some time to reflect a little bit, and take a little break, spend some time in a quiet place to reflect a little bit, and truly finding that self-awareness is also, it pertains to strength, and finding that strength from within, and understanding where you stand, and I think ultimately we should all strive to be better humans. So I think this is a important piece to that.
Definitely well said. And I believe it was it you, Dana?
Yeah. So again, thanks for having us on to talk about the book. I'm really excited to be teamed up. Again, athletics has taught me so many life lessons. Whether you're a first year coach or in your 25th or 26th or 40th year of coaching, you can always learn from your colleagues. You can always learn from others. And I think this book will provide opportunities for that. Winning is beyond the scoreboard. It's not necessarily what your record is at the end, but the legacy that you've left. And if you're open to self-awareness and a growth mindset and transformational learning, then this book is for you. Again, it doesn't have all the answers, but it's got a great group of people that are trying to work together to help, because I think we've all decided that, we didn't know all the answers. We still don't know all the answers, and we're still trying to learn from each other what the answers are. And, I've just been very blessed in my life to come across people like Chip and Ariana and Randy. I just met you today, but you know, that the nuggets, we always say, if you can take one nugget from any conversation, any podcast, any, book, then you've done something. And I surely think you can get some of those things from this, the Success Chronicles. And my, Instagram is dscott71350, and on Twitter is capital D Scott 713. So I'm be happy for you guys to reach out through all those social media platforms, and would love to keep continuously learning from each and every one. So thank you.
Sounds good. Before we get to Randy, Ariana, go ahead and give your social media.
Yeah, sorry about that. My Twitter X is at Coach A Bermea. And my Instagram is at ABERMENDOZA. I don't know how I did this, but I combined my maiden name to my married name, made it into one full name. So Mendoza. There we go.
One of a kind.
Boom.
Yeah, Josh the mate. Boom.
There it is.
There you go. There you go. I needed that effect. Thank you.
Randy, I left you, man, to say something about your chapter in emotional intelligence, man.
So it was scary for me. I was nervous. I was, man, what if I underperform? But once again, going back to what we're talking about today, having just taking the leap of faith to be able to be vulnerable and write something like that, and be comfortable enough to submit something like that everyone can read, and makes you a little nervous, right? But what I would like to say is just for the people that are watching and listening and wondering how to get started, just put your head down, just shake people's hand, get their email, follow up with people whenever you get a chance to meet somebody. Because one of the coolest things about my experience in coaching and now getting to know Chip is it all started by just saying yes. Like, hey, do you want to be a part of this rock program where you get put with a bunch of coaches from across the state? Oh man, that's scary. Very easy to say no, but saying yes, of course I'll take it. And then sitting in front, getting Chip's email from the first time I got to see him, speak to us at the Rock Symposium, right? And then here we are 3 or 4 years later, and now this is our second Zoom or third Zoom that we've done together, me and Chip, And then I've got to also afford that to other people. I have several people asking me to get in contact with Chip, like, hey, how do I help? This is awesome. I'm glad you're doing this. Able to help my sister, like not necessarily do anything for her, but just like get her in the room, right? And then she's on her own now. She don't need me anymore. But
he doesn't take credit for anything, but a lot. So.
But it's for coaches that I work with, coaches that listen to, like young coaches, people who are paraprofessionals getting their certifications. Like, just enjoy the process, say yes to a lot of things, do stuff you haven't done before, and before you know it, who knows where you'll be in 4 or 5 years from just by those little yeses, So that's all I have for those people. And then you can find me on Twitter at Don Randy B, and or X, as my sister says it. Twitter X.
Yeah.
But that's it, y'all. I'm happy to help you however I can, and thank you guys again for Chip for inviting us on. This was a special moment for me and my family, so we appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure we did that.
All right, we hear Chip Baker. What you got to say?
First, man, again, just want to say thank you, Chris, so much for having us on your platform and the support, man. Always a good time with you. Thank you for your platform. Just want to say thanks to all of the coaches, just like Randy said, just saying yes. They don't have to say yes to be a part of this and give back, but they did. And for that, I'm truly grateful for that. And I don't take it lightly. But just some parting words from me. And this is a quote that I have in my chapter on the self-awareness. Opportunities to elevate brings about a heightened sense of awareness, right? And inversely,
Chip, you got somebody taking notes? Yeah, you like taking notes to see the little comment.
Okay. And then inversely, a heightened sense of awareness brings about opportunities to elevate, right? And so in what we do on a day-to-day basis, it's important to, of course, strive to elevate, but then as we're elevating, have that self-awareness to continue to grow not just like accolades and all that's cool and everything, but grow personally so that we can help others grow and elevate as well. And that's what the path for coaches is all about. Such a great journey, such a great honor. I'm really excited to drop this one. So glad that we were able to get brother and sister on for this one, because it's about family. And I'll just say this: grateful to your parents. You know, I'm a longtime educator. My mom was I'm a fourth generation educator, so I know, you know, seeing the service piece, giving service, you know, growing up in the locker room and all of those things, you know, classroom every day, you know, all of that stuff. Like, I know the life, and it's a blessing to be able to have that, because it shows you that it's important to do that, right? It's important to be of service. It's bigger than you. It's not about you, you know. It's important to be of service to others, and it's such a rewarding profession. Right? Like man, I've texted today like 3 or 4 of my former athletes. I did an event yesterday. The guy that was a security guard, the sheriff, he walks in. He's one of my former athletes. Like, man, this is crazy. So that's what it's all about, just having experiences, but then also sharing experiences. So again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Thanks you guys for being on, and go get it.
Yep, that was our other brother that left that comment, by the way. He's also important. When I talk, he's the smartest one of all of us, by the way, because he's not into coaching.
Youngest and smartest.
He's the smartest one of all of us.
You're aware of that, huh?
Yeah, I think everyone understands his role. He's the smartest.
Now, I know, Chip, you have your social media handle on the screen, but where else can they find you?
Yeah, all of my social media is at Chip Baker, TSC, as in The Success Chronicles, except for X, and it's Chip Baker 19. So I just ask that you would, you know, go check it out. If you see something you like, please share with somebody. But then also I ask that you just, hey, take the time to go check out these authors and follow them and show them some love. I promise you, you won't be disappointed with what you'll see.
There it is. As we go get it, all these great jewels and much more, raising inspiration, life lessons, and remember to not just stay down on failure, have it elevate you to the next level and get to greatness that is before you. So don't forget to share, subscribe, comment, keep the conversations going, because it's a community like this that keeps us all well said and growing to our potential. So with that said, we'll catch you next time. Make sure you stay blessed, stay great, and remember to take it to the next level. Peace. Catch you next time.